It's your boy, Big Flexer! Chest is probably flatter than your crush's but today, we are on our boy Jettycore's Instagram, and we're just gonna look at his most recent skins and rate them 1 through 10. So previously I made a video on Jettycore just picking 10 of like my favorite skins, but since then he's been posting like every single day on Instagram. So instead of just picking out like 10 of my favorites, I figured we can just go through all of them because realistically each of them is pretty badass. All of them are like perfect 10s. Maybe there's a few I don't like so much, but at the end of the day all of these skins are going to be something that Supercell can actually add into Brawl Stars. So if you would like to see any of these added into the game, leave a like down below, and in my comment section let me know which one of these skins is your favorite. Mr. Jettycore is an absolute legend. Now before we go clicking through all of these skins, if you don't follow me on Instagram at Anthony Eclihpse, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I post, occasionally, usually funny / good posts, so totally recommend you follow me. And while you're at it, in my description below, I'm in a giveaway with Advanced. They're a new sponsor. We're giving away some of the supplement, a PayPal gift card, if you play console games, a scuffed controller, and the best part is, like, if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you already have 2 entries, and then there's some other easy stuff like just visiting their website, and then I believe you have like a daily bonus as well. So if you don't want to follow all of these people, you don't have to. Sure, that'll increase your odds, but if you just want to get some free entries in here because you happen to follow me on social media, I totally recommend you do so. And again, link to that in my description below. Okay, we can close that out. We don't need to promote me anymore. Let's just get right in with things. So first up, we have I Am Not Frank. So this is a Frank skin, but it kind of looks like Carl, and I saw this one posted the other day, and I gotta give this, this is a perfect skin, like a 10 out of 10. It pretty much takes a current brawler, which is Carl, and combines it with Frank. If you're looking at his foot, he's stepping in the minecart because clearly, Frank is too big for this little mine shaft, and then going up, he has Carl's hat. So this skin right here, I'm actually in love with it. I think it would be awesome if Supercell took the concept of one brawler and integrated it into another. So going on over to the next one, where is it at? Okay, who do we got next? We got Ice Cream Spike. Now, a lot of the comments on this one, they didn't really like it too much. Personally, I'm kind of torn in between. I'm not really feeling like the hat on Spike, but having an ice cream cone Spike skin, I think that concept right there is hilarious. So picture a white Spike and then his pants would be like the ice cream cone. Overall, the idea of this skin is awesome, but in terms of what's on his head, I can't really make that out. So comparing, the Frank skin versus the Spike, I gotta say Frank is the better of the two. Moving on to the next one, we have Puppeteer Nita. She's holding the things that would normally control a puppet. So the creative standpoint on this skin, it's awesome. Like, it's super creative. The colors super vibrant, kind of like cotton candy vibes, but everything here just looks super friendly. It's put together really well. So I would give this one like a 10 out of 10 as well. It still keeps the entire concept of Nita and her bear, but it kind of puts a totally different twist on it. So this one, super awesome. Puppeteer Nita, again, I would say this is up there with that Frank skin. Next up, we have Horus Bo, and Bo is one of those skins right now where I'm pretty sure he's in the middle of getting a revamp, so I don't know what Brawl Stars plans on doing to Bo, or maybe when you're watching this video, Bo already may have a revamp, but for a skin coming to Bo, this one right here is awesome. Again, it keeps all of what Bo already is, but it just makes him like a badass. It takes, bland Bo, makes him super awesome, mega kick-ass Bo. And the color scheme on this is one of my favorites. He has that black face, but then he has all of that gold to kind of accent that. And when you're looking at his arrows, they're super shiny and they're glowing. So if you saw this Bo walking around, you would know he means business. Next up, we have Elf Piper, and this kind of reminds me of like Zelda in a way, but this is just, you know, a pretty basic Piper skin. It takes her current like summer slash spring vibes and kind of turns it to some like ancient medieval enchantress vibes, if those are the right words. But I like what he did with her hair and the little gem on her forehead. And then in terms of her staff and dress, I just think everything flows together super well. This skin, I don't think it would cost too much money. It's pretty simple, but I do really like the way how everything turned out. Now right here we have Explorer Mike, and Mike is, I swear, he pisses me off so much. I hate going against Dynamikes, but I think he has some of my favorite skins. There's Santa Mike, Spicy Mike, and now introducing Explorer Mike, and he just so happens to have explosive bananas. Picture whenever he used his star power ability and jumped in the air, you got to see the little monkey on his head. Super insignificant, but just looking at the facial expression of Mike and the monkey and all of the, you know, little details in this skin, I really like it. I really like the vibes it gives off, and even though I have a strong hatred for Mike, this is awesome. Another skin for Bo. This one, oh, this just says Bo remodel. So as I said, they're currently remodeling Bo, and depending when you're watching this, we may already know what Bo looks like, but on the bottom left, this is Bo's current skin. As I said, it's kind of bland, not too much detail, and he's actually suggesting this is what the stock model of Bo looks like. So this wouldn't be a skin, this would just be, if you have Bo, this is the default concept. So he's kind of blindfolded here. I don't know how he's gonna see. Kind of a bold strategy. Maybe he just has really good ears, but then his hair is blocking his hearing, so you know, I don't know how he's gonna hit his shots, but assuming, you know, he's still perfectly accurate, this is a sick rebrand. He still keeps the same theme as Bo. Like, the original Bo has this weird douchey shirt, and I can't really say it's a douchey shirt because I'm wearing this, but yeah, original Bo has this like jacket that's open, and the remodeled one still has his chest exposed. You know, I didn't plan on wearing this shirt to match Bo, but things are going as planned, and instead of these ugly green pants, he kind of just changed this whole color scheme from like brown and green to kind of deep blue, and I don't know if his jacket is a deep green or like a black, but I feel like the color scheme and the overall vibe on this new Bo is like 1,000,000 times better than this original piece of poop. Next up, we have Ice Brock, and I don't fully know about this one. I think part of the reason I'm so confused is one of the first things I noticed are the skis. So I don't know if he would just be sliding around on the skis or if he'd be walking around. Sorry, some people are gonna be like, sick burp, bro. Other people are gonna be like, that was gross. As I was saying though, the ski concept, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of, but we can look past the skis. Other than that though, I don't know about the skin. I'm not fully feeling it. I like the idea of like a Mr. Freeze skin from Batman, so having an ice launcher is cool, but just having this thick jacket, I don't know, I'm not fully feeling it. And like at the end of the day, this is still 1,000,000 times better than anything I can create, but in terms of a skin I would want to use in Brawl Stars, I feel like we've mentioned a lot of other cool stuff in this video. Moving on to the next one though, this is right here. 1,000,000 times better than the Brock. We got Disco Barley, okay? Disco Barley out here putting the funk back into Brawl Stars. So Robot Barley has an afro. He's got some 70s/80s style going on, and instead of his Molotov/bottle that he throws, he's got a disco ball. This skin, super awesome. I think this is my favorite skin I'm mentioning in the entire video. Just the amount of funk put into this skin is super awesome. So Disco Barley, you're taking the cake here. Now, moving on to the next one, we have Aqua Genie, and this, oh my, this is pretty sick as well. I know I just said Disco Barley sick, but Aqua Genie is up there too. So Genie's original vibe is kind of like Aladdin. He's a genie, he's purple, hence the name Gene the Genie. It all kind of makes sense. So this is taking Genie's current vibes of a genie and just sort of kind of making him like a mermaid. Aqua Genie and regular Genie aren't related in any way at all, but having this green concept, I really like it. I don't know what else to say other than the fact that this looks awesome. So let's move on to the next one. We have Arcade Shelly, and we haven't seen a Shelly skin in quite some time. We have Bandita Shelly, which has been in the game since it came out, and then we have the pre-registration Shelly. So this right here is kind of like Tron meets Shelly, and this is sick. Like, holy crap. I feel like all of the skins I've just mentioned ever since Disco Barley have been on point. This is super awesome. I can't stress that enough. Look at just how sick this is. Yes, Arcade Shelly and Disco Barley. Those are my top 2 favorite skins of this video. I mean, I could probably talk about this skin for 10 minutes alone, but let's move on to the next one. And I think this is the second to last skin we'll be mentioning, and this is Witch Jessie. So Jessie already has plenty of skins in the game, and her skins are pretty pricey, I believe. Like, Dragonite Jessie is one of the most expensive skins in the game. Now, Witch Jessie looks super awesome, so I feel like this would be pretty pricey as well. With all of the current Jessie skins, her hair is red/orange, and in this skin the hair is blue. So I don't know if Brawl Stars is planning on changing Jessie's current vibes, but overall, this is awesome. Instead of a gun, there's like a staff, and instead of her turret, it's a little fish in a cauldron. If I can offer any suggestion to this skin, it would be to change this fish to something else, because I don't feel like a fish or whatever this is necessarily matches the witch concept. Maybe there's some way that a witch relates to this and I'm not educated enough to realize that. So in terms of the Jessie portion, I love it, 10 out of 10. But in terms of her turret, I think something else would have to change for this actually to be released. But overall, this is another sick skin. Now, to finish this off, I feel like I mentioned Bathtub Carl before. It's Carl in a bathtub. Pretty funny, but I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my previous video, so we're gonna skip that one. Overall, I like the vibes of this one, but I don't know if I talked about it before. So we're gonna finish it off with Carnival Pam, because again, at the moment, as I'm recording this video, Pam doesn't have any skins in Brawl Stars. Like, it's just basic stock Pam. I don't know if they're planning on remodeling her, so that's why they're holding off on skins. But this Carnival Pam, it kind of makes her freaky. Like, I can picture this chick in a carnival shooting out confetti. She has some horrendous makeup. Like, if you saw this girl in real life, you would probably be like, oh my god, who did your makeup, girl? But in terms of regular Pam versus Carnival Pam, I really do like the vibes. And one thing I noticed with a lot of Jetty Core skins is he likes to incorporate these bright colors. A lot of them have just a nice blue tone, and I feel like Brawl Stars should definitely take some notes there and implement a lot of these color schemes into the game. So again, this is some more cotton candy vibes. We have blue with the pink hair. I personally really like this skin. I don't think the turret necessarily relates to Carnival Pam, but again, that's not a big deal at all. Like, just looking at the skin concept alone, it's amazing. Now, like I said, that was the final skin concept we're gonna be talking about for today's video. There are tons and tons of Jetty Core skins though, and he's still posting more on the daily. So if you would like a part 3 to skins that Brawl Stars should add, show some support on this video, leave a like down below, and remember to comment which skin you like the most. For me, it's definitely Disco Barley and Arcade Shelly. Both of those, I don't know what it is, I would just love to use those in game. Remember, my giveaway with Advance is going to be linked at the top of my description below, so please go down there and enter that. If you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you already have 2 entries, and there's a few other ways to get entries on there as well that pretty much take no effort at all. But guys, this has been Eclihpse. Thanks for sticking around for today's video, and peace out.